just, okay. So then let's start. Session number 13, module 5, and the topic is focus. The theme of module 5 is focus. And I mean, I don't know about you, but even in my life with a lot of responsibilities and multitasking, sometimes I lose my focus and I realize that, I'm wasting my time, I'm wasting my energy. And it's not only clients, sometimes it happens to us too. So it's good that, we are here. It's good that we are learning not only a profession, not only becoming a profession about becoming a business coach, but we are learning life skills that will stay with us for a lifetime. And starting with ourselves, we are learning how to help people, how to help others. So, what is focus? Focus is our ability, our psychic ability to direct our energy, our attention towards something. And it's about our ability to attend to something for some time, for a duration of time. To stay attentive to something, to be present with something. So that we can listen, so that we can concentrate, so that we can learn. So all those things are the outcomes of our ability to focus. So while preparing for the class, I took some notes that I would like to share with you, if you allow me. So that's our ability. And in the old times, it was easier because there was no electricity and no TV, no internet, and it was easier. You had your tasks, daily tasks, and life was simpler. Hopefully, I don't know, even you read about Egypt and Greece, sometimes I wonder if it was that simple that, but still diversity of daily life, complexity of daily life was not as advanced as what we have today. So distractions were less than today. So what keeps us away from focusing is some external and internal distractions. And when we don't focus, what happens? We don't learn, we don't produce, we don't create. So it's not a productive energy, it's not a pleasing or satisfactory energy when we are not able to focus. Because as human beings, we strive to create, we strive to produce, we strive to feel like, what we do matter. What we create has a meaning, what we create is useful. That's, our innate energy. That's what we want to feel like, oh, we're useful. So when we are not able to focus, none of this happens. And we find ourselves in a place where we don't feel productive, or we don't feel creative, or we don't feel useful. And what keeps us away from having the ability to focus is some internal and external distractions. And about the internal distractions, those distractions can be emotional distractions, such as having mood swings, mood changes very often or during the day. And some of them can be behavioral distractions, like spending so much time on screen. It might include social media, it might include TV, and not feeling productive. And some of the distractions can be external distractions. Traffic, for example, can be an external distraction. Or like if you have a full-time job, nowadays people spend a lot of time in meetings. I remember years ago, I spent 9 hours in one meeting, 9 hours. Yeah. So so those meetings can be like, become distractions, and some of the macro events also can be considered as external distractions, such as economic crisis, or such as, like, war, like it happened recently. So all of those things, all of the internal distractions can be summarized until one umbrella titled habits. You know, so we develop habits as we come to this world. As we grow up, we develop some habits. Through circumstances. So then, what is change? We can change things at the extent of our attention, as through our ability to focus, to direct our attention to certain things. So then, what is change? Change is about either cultivating or learning or developing certain habits, so that we can generate some desired outcomes. And change happens only, of course, I'm not talking about the change that happens to us. I'm talking about the change that we initiate, we endeavor. So we cultivate. That's different. When change happens to us, what is important is how we respond. But when in coaching, we work with both. But what I'm talking about here is the kind of change that we initiate, And change happens when we are able to focus on things that we can influence. We all know that now.